just got home. Are you still at work, Justin?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be here for a while. You can have dinner without me.
Okay. You really are busy nowadays, huh? It's been almost a week since we last had a meal together, right?
Yeah, probably. I'm sorry I leave all the chores to you. We're both working, so I know I should be helping out around the house more.
Don't worry. It's not your fault if it's work. But we haven't been on a date these past couple of months. I've been feeling really lonely.
I'm sorry. I know it's been hard on you.
Are you going to be okay? It's almost New Year. Are you going to be even busier?
That's possible.
What? You're going to be even busier than you are now? We're still newlyweds.
It's been a year since we got married, so I don't think we're technically newlyweds anymore.
We're still newlyweds compared to the other married couples we know. Oh, yeah, there were apples in our mailbox.
Apples? Why?
Your childhood friend, Elizabeth, sent them. She got a bunch sent from her parents' house, so she told us to have some.
Oh, so it was Liz. Her parents have that orchard, don't they?
Make sure you message her and let her know I said thank you. I haven't been able to go shopping this week, so I'm glad she gave us some. Elizabeth must be busy with work too. She really is a sweet woman.
Really? I think she just forced her leftover apples on us. Besides, Liz is a stay-at-home wife now, so she's probably always bored.
Gosh, don't say that. She's too good of a friend to you, Justin.
Yeah?
I mean, she's pretty and smart. She was working with her husband abroad until just last year, right? I admire how she can speak French.
She's just a regular girl. We used to mess around the neighborhood together.
When you were kids, yeah. But weren't you happy that you guys reunited after becoming adults?
Not really, but I didn't expect her to move near our house. I thought she'd move closer to the city. We're both married now, but we became neighbors once again.
It was fate. Oh, speaking of suburbs, what are we going to do about visiting our families for New Year's? It's not an easy trip, but we should at least go home once a year, right?
Go home? As in my parents' house?
Yeah, my parents' house is close by, so I don't think we need to go there for the holidays. I'm okay with going over to your parents for the holiday season, Justin.
I don't think we need to go together.
What? You're planning not to go home this year?
I think I'll just go back alone for the holidays.
Why? Are we going to spend the holiday season separately?
I mean, my hometown has nothing fun or attractive, so even if you come with me, Clary, it'll just be boring for you. Plus, you won't feel completely comfortable at your in-laws' house, right?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know how I feel about not showing up at all.
We both work, so I think it'll be better to relax during the holidays. It might be normal in our society for wives to go to their husbands' hometowns, but I don't want you to feel like you need to, Clary. Plus, if you come to my hometown, it's not like you can leave right away. We'll have to stay overnight for sure.
But I haven't seen your mom since the wedding, and I have a feeling she doesn't like me much.
What? Really?
When we met for the wedding, she said that she never would have thought you'd get married to a woman like me. You don't remember her saying that?
No, I don't remember. Was I there?
You were. That made me feel a bit awkward. That's why I'm hoping to meet her and get a little closer to her.
You don't need to worry about it that much. It wasn't our fault that we couldn't travel or move during the pandemic.
That's why I wanted to visit them this year. I won't go if you're saying that I'll be a bother.
My mom probably forgot that she even said that. Besides, you're my wife already. It shouldn't matter whether my mom likes you or not.
But I'd like to be on good terms with her as much as possible.
Clary, you're so polite. I got it. I'll ask her about it.
Yes, please. Okay, have fun at work.
I will. Thanks.
Justin, how was your trip? Are you back at the hotel already?
I'm at the hotel now. I was gonna eat and take a relaxing bath soon.
I see. Must have been hard finding out about your trip last minute.
Honestly, my boss really knows how to get the absolute most out of us. I thought I was finally going to be able to relax this weekend.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Are you feeling okay, Clary?
Yeah, I am. By the way, your father gave me a call.
Huh? My dad? What did he say?
You know how it was your dad's birthday? I sent him a gift. He was calling back to thank me.
Oh, okay.
What do you think we talked about?
Oh, I don't know. You and my dad don't have a lot in common. That's why I was surprised.
Honestly, I was surprised too. It was the first time he's ever called me.
I bet. Sorry he surprised you.
But I was happy that he called. We ended up choosing to spend our holiday separately, so I won't have a chance to see him this year.
Did you want to come to my hometown with me?
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry. My mom said she only wanted to spend the holidays with the family.
So basically, she doesn't consider me as a part of her family?
What? Not at all. Look, I'm sure she'll come around once we all start to see each other more.
Your dad told me that I should come over, though.
My dad isn't good at reading my mother, so I wouldn't mind what he said. He just says whatever pops into his head. Besides, in our family, our mom's opinion matters the most.
I see. Okay, then.
Nothing strange happened, right?
Not particularly. Just going back and forth between work and home.
I see. Great job at work, Clary. I'm gonna have my dinner soon. I'll message you later.
Clary, how have you been? Oh, Laura, good evening. It's been a while. Have you been well? How can you act so carefree? Huh? What are you doing right now? Where are you right now? I'm at work right now. I'm in awe. You're a terrible person. You can't even show up for your father-in-law's funeral. I'm going to think about making my son divorce you. What? Your husband passed away? Justin never told me anything about it. Stop lying. My son says that he told you. Even if you've only met a couple of times, what kind of daughter-in-law doesn't show up for her husband's father's funeral? How is my husband going to rest in peace like this? Laura, your husband is with me right now. What? Didn't you say you were at work? Why would my husband be at your workplace? Gosh, you're terrible at lying. I'm telling the truth. We had plans to meet today, but it seems like he got a little early, so he's waiting for me in the lounge right now. Your husband isn't with you, is he? He's not here. He passed away. Please, hold on a second. I'll have your husband look at these text messages. Huh? Is my husband really with you? Yes. You're lying, aren't you? Are you trying to trick me? You have no connection with my husband. We do, though. I'm his son's wife. Your husband told me about the plan you and Justin made. The plan? I don't know what you're talking about. It's too late to act clueless. Oh, he said that he's going to call your phone now. Your phone's ringing, isn't it? Laura, why aren't you picking up? Come on, we don't have all day. I still have things I want to talk to you about. Justin, I have the divorce papers. Can you hurry and come home? Your dad is waiting for you too.
Clary, I'm sorry.
What are you apologizing for?
A lot of things. About everything.
The fact that you were cheating on me with Elizabeth? Or the fact that you were trying to get a divorce from me so you can get married to her? Or the fact that you asked your mother to help you get that divorce?
All of that. I couldn't bring up the divorce myself. I talked to my mom about it, and she said that she would support me getting remarried to Liz. She said that she would help.
It was an appalling performance. She pretended her husband was dead so she can make me the bad guy. What the hell did you think would happen?
I didn't want to hurt you, Clary.
I'm already hurt. If your dad didn't tell me that you two were making a weird plan last month, I would have been forced to divorce you without understanding what was going on at all.
You knew about it that long?
Your dad told me about it when he called about the birthday present I sent him. He told me that your mom had a crazy phone call with you. I couldn't believe it at first. I didn't want to believe that you were cheating on me, Justin. That's why I had detectives to do the investigating for me. And when I found out the truth, it was honestly so hard on me.
I'm sorry. If it was going to end up like this, I should have told you in the first place.
And only to find out the girl you were cheating with was Elizabeth. You started cheating right after you reunited with her, didn't you? You were both tricking me this entire time. You were on trips together. When you said you were on a work trip, weren't you? You were also at her house often since her husband is always away with work.
I'm the one to blame for everything. I should have told you earlier, but I couldn't bring it up when I saw how happy you were in our marriage.
Then can you divorce me as soon as possible and pay the alimony with compensation for adultery? I want to cut off all ties with you immediately.
I understand. I'm heading home right now. I'll fulfill my responsibilities. I'm gonna be with Liz after I settle everything.
Do you really have to tell me about Elizabeth right now? What's wrong with you?
I actually loved you so much, Clary. That's why I thought I should be honest with you.
I don't care what you do after we break things off. Besides, you won't be able to get remarried in the first place.
What are you talking about? I'm gonna get married to Liz.
I told Elizabeth's husband about you guys.
So what? I'm planning to pay the compensation fees for cheating, so he shouldn't fight us about it. The person who's going to be by my side from now on is Liz.
Elizabeth is asking her husband to start over. Did you know that?
What?
That's how I know she doesn't plan on getting married to you.
There's no way. Liz told me that our life would be so much fun when we got married.
Have you talked to Elizabeth today?
No. It's only 8 a.m. And if Liz is getting a divorce, she should be busy too.
That's weird. I heard this from Elizabeth's husband last night, but he said that Elizabeth was crying to him about how she doesn't want a divorce.
Are you trying to sabotage us because I'm getting a divorce from you? There's no point in lying like that. No matter what happens, Liz and I are going to end up together. That's why I'm leaving you.
Then why don't you try calling Elizabeth right now?
I can't reach her. It doesn't ring when I call her. How? Did you do something?
I didn't do anything. Elizabeth probably blocked you so that she can cut off her relationship with you.
This is a joke. Why would Liz betray me?
That's unfortunate. Seemed like you were serious about your relationship. But Elizabeth wasn't on the same page. Okay, come home quickly. I'll go submit these divorce papers once I get your signature.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry. This just hurts. This is hard.
I'm hurting more than you.
You knew about the cheating since last month. I just found out Liz doesn't plan on getting remarried to me. I haven't got a hold of my emotions yet. Why don't you understand?
I don't even want to try and understand your feelings. I'm the one who was hurt. Cut it out.
I'm sorry, Clary. I understand. Let's think about the divorce one more time.
Excuse me?
I can't. My brain is a mess. I'm starting to regret the fact that I cheated on you with Liz.
That's crazy. You were just saying you were going to get remarried like 5 minutes ago. The moment Liz throws you away, you're going to crawl back to me? How stupid do you think I am?
It's not like that. I really loved you. That's why I couldn't tell you about the divorce and why I asked my mom to help me. You were in shock when you found out about the cheating too, weren't you? Then can't you reconsider starting things over between us?
I was in shock when I found out that you were cheating. But you couldn't even be honest with me. In the end, you relied on your mother and tried to throw me out of your life. I can't just forget that. Go ahead. Live your own life however you want.
Clary, I'm honestly so sorry. Next time, I'll only focus on you.
I can't believe anything that comes out of your mouth. You didn't want me to go to your parents' house because you were thinking about divorcing me, right? I don't want to spend another second with a man that thinks of me like that. I'm going to be with Liz no matter what happens. You're the one who said that. I'm not going to be by your side anymore. My husband came home crying and begged me not to divorce him. But thanks to his father being there, I was able to get him to sign the divorce papers and compensation documents. In addition, my father-in-law was completely done with his wife and son's evil plan. He went home to his parents' house and divorced his wife as well. My mother-in-law had nowhere to go and ended up living in my ex-husband's house. But Laura blamed the divorce on Justin, while Justin blamed his divorce on Laura. They were both living frustrated with one another. They used to be so close, and Laura even cooperated with my ex-husband's affair. But in the end, they're both people who can only think about themselves. As for Elizabeth, she started over with her husband. But it wasn't like her husband forgave her. He was pretending like she didn't exist. He told me that Elizabeth doesn't know this, but he's just using her as his mate until someone better shows up in his life. As for me, I moved out right after the divorce was finalized. I'm finally living the peaceful life I needed. If I'm being honest, my life after finding out about my ex-husband cheating on me was complete hell. I don't know how I can possibly express my gratitude for my father-in-law, who supported me through all of that. I'm not his daughter-in-law anymore, but we've become close enough to send texts once in a while. As long as he'll have me in his life, I want to treasure his company. Also, I want to forget about my ex-husband and his mother as soon as possible. So I'm going to create new wonderful memories from now on to cover the old ones up.
It's not fair, Serena. You're given a privilege because you are their biological daughter. What's going on all of a sudden, Mary? Your mother told me, even though we all live in this family house, you are the only one not paying for living expenses, Serena. That's not fair. We're paying $1,000 a month to your parents for our living expenses. I see. About that. There's a reason for this. Has my mother told you anything about it? Reasons? She told me nothing of the sort. It's my parents' decision to exempt me from paying my living expenses. They said that since they didn't have to spend much money on me, they want to at least have my living expenses exempted. Huh? What do you mean by that? I don't get it at all. My brother Edward went to college, but I decided to work after graduating from high school. That's why they said they'd exempt my living expenses equal to Edward's college tuition. My parents' policy has always been to treat siblings equally. So your living expenses will continue to be exempted forever? Well, for a while, but not forever. I've done some rough calculations, and I think it'll be for another 2 to 3 years. Edward went to a private university, and he even had to repeat a year of school. So the tuition fees seem to be quite expensive. Another 2 to 3 years? While your brother and his wife are working hard to pay $1,000 a month to your parents, you still get an exemption? That's not fair. Even if you say it's unfair, that's what my parents decided. If you don't like paying them $1,000 a month that much, why don't you rent an apartment? There's no way you can rent an apartment with the same conditions as this house with only $1,000. Plus, this house is in the best neighborhood around here. It's close to work. Hospitals and shopping facilities are nearby. If I rented an apartment of the same level nearby, the rent would be $8,000. Then, living here for only $1,000, including rent and living expenses, is a very good deal. You're living a very reasonable life, so could you stop saying it's unfair? Then please give us some money in exchange. Excuse me? We've been paying $1,000 a month, but you, Serena, were exempted. Then surely you have plenty saved up, right? Well, I guess so. Then you can afford to pay us $10,000, can't you? Instead of saying it's unfair, please give us $10,000. I don't understand what's going on here. Why do I have to give my brother and his wife $10,000? We are in debt because of you, Serena. On top of the $1,000 we are paying as living expenses, we have a loan for a new car. And we also have a lot of friends, so our entertainment expenses are pretty high too. As a result, our family budget is in the red. Before we knew it, we had $10,000 in debt. So please pay for our debt. I'm surprised that you have a debt, but I still don't understand why I have to pay for it. You've never paid for your own living expenses, right, Serena? That means you're living on our money. What? And we're in debt because we're struggling with the $1,000 of living expenses. In other words, our debt was caused by you. So I think you should pay the $10,000 we owe. Huh? If you have savings thanks to the living expense exemption, it's okay, right? Our debt of $10,000, we will definitely have you pay this. Mary told me that you have a debt of $10,000. Is that true? Sis, I'm sorry for all the weird things Mary said. I heard everything from Mary just now. It was so crazy that I couldn't understand much of what she said. It's unbelievable, isn't it? That whole theory? She talked as if the debt was my fault. I'm so sorry. The $10,000 debt is due to our poor money management. And yet, she's demanding you pay it back as if she's taking it out on you. I'll be sure to give her words of caution later. I'm a little relieved. I was wondering what I should do if even you had the same thoughts as her. Even I can't keep up with that crazy theory. But, if you could help us, I'd really appreciate it if you'd provide us with the money to repay the debt. I beg your pardon? Well, the interest rate at the place we owe money to is really high. That's why the repayment hasn't been going so well. I see. So it would help if I could temporarily pay off the debt. Then you wouldn't have to worry about the high interest rate. That's right. So please, can you lend us $10,000? Of course we'll pay you back, and we'll even pay you some interest. First of all, we need to do something about the high interest rate debt. Well, all right then. If that's the case, I'll cover the $10,000 this once. Really? It's true that I've been able to save a lot of money thanks to the living expense exemption. But I'm not going to go easy on you just because we're siblings. I'll make sure you make a repayment plan, and I won't tolerate any delays. Of course. Then, let's discuss the repayment plan tonight, and a written pledge. Then I'll lend you $10,000 right away. Thank you, sis. Then I'll see you tonight. Serena? I still think it's unfair that only you, Serena, are exempted from living expenses. So, please get out of the house right now. I've already taken all your belongings outside. What? What is this all of a sudden? We've already discussed my living expenses, haven't we? But I still don't agree with it. Edward and I work together to make ends meet every month. But you, Serena, who is exempted from paying living expenses, is happily going on a shopping spree. Think about how I would feel having you show off your new high-brand bags to me. I'm not showing them off. Besides, that brand bag has been my dream since I was little. I don't care about your dreams. The problem is that you do whatever you want while I have to put up with it. You don't get to shop for luxury brands when you parasite on us. What part of me is a parasite to you? You've been a parasite all along. You live in the same house as us, yet you don't even pay a penny for it. You've been living on our money the whole time. You're just like a parasite, Serena. You keep bringing up that crazy theory again. So, you parasite, get out of this house. Our lives will be easier once you're gone. What do you mean by that? To begin with, a monthly living expense of $1,000 is too expensive. It's true that the house is located in the best district, but it's old. $1,000 for living expenses, including rent, is a huge ripoff. That's when I finally realized. This 1,000 living expenses must be a plot by your parents. They must be adding your living expenses on top of the needed amount. Huh? Are you seriously saying that it's a plot by my parents? Of course I'm serious. That's why I'm kicking you out of this house. If you disappear, the added cost of living should be reduced. Then, our finances will be a little more manageable. I'll be able to buy a high-brand bag. You're as crazy as ever, aren't you? Your thoughts are just too convenient, or perhaps you're just too assuming. I'm getting tired of dealing with you. I don't want to deal with parasites anymore either. This is the last day for you to rely on your brother and his wife. Get out of here, you parasite, who doesn't pay anything. Then pay me back the $10,000. Huh? I can't. Why should I pay you back that much money? Of course you have to pay me back. Edward told you everything, didn't he? That I helped you guys pay off your debt. I heard that, but I don't think that's needed. That debt was caused by you. That's why you, who was the cause of the debt, paid it back. Huh? You didn't even pay a penny for the living expenses. You're so spoiled by your parents that you don't pay anything. That's why we had to pay $1,000 a month for living expenses. That led us to borrowing money. In other words, it's a debt that came about because of you. You should be the one to pay for it, not me. And it's time you stopped shifting the blame for that debt. It's all because of you two spending too much money. Shut up! I don't care what you parasites preach. Get out of here. There's no place for parasites here anymore. Okay, then the $10,000 will become $100,000 for you to pay back. What? And you'll have to pay it all back in one lump sum. Oh, this will be tough. What are you talking about? $100,000? We didn't borrow that much from you. Not from me, but you did borrow it from my parents. What? You thought I didn't know anything about that? Wait a minute. Oh my God, how much do you know about it? I know everything. I know that you forced my parents to pay back your scholarship. What? I heard that when you and Edward got married, you asked my parents for a lot of money. Since I'm marrying into this house, you should be able to pay that much, is what you said. You threatened them that if they didn't pay, you wouldn't sign the marriage contract and you wouldn't have the ceremony. My parents, out of pity, did as they were told and paid back your $30,000 scholarship money. Oh no, I mean... And I heard that you've been constantly behind on your monthly living expenses too. Sometimes you don't even pay $100 out of the $1,000. And you even forced my parents to pay for the down payment on your new car. You think you've hidden it well, but I know all about it. No way! Edward and I had agreed not to tell you, Serena. I told your parents not to tell either. My parents kept their word. They haven't said anything. I just had too good an insight and found out on my own. I immediately questioned my parents about it, but they didn't say anything. But they didn't deny it, so that's your answer. Oh no! So, I did my own calculations. The total amount of money you guys made my parents pay, when you add it all up, it's quite a bit of money. And if you add in the $10,000 that I covered, it comes to exactly $100,000. What? We owed that much money? Besides, it's hard to manage debts when it's all over the place, isn't it? That's why I thought it would be better to combine all the debts into one loan. I temporarily covered the debt you two made to my parents, so I had my brother sign the pledge to pay me back $100,000 in total. A pledge? Even though you're his sister? We're family, so that's why we have to be firm about these things. It also says what to do if he tries to escape from my payment. In that case, you'll have to repay the debt in one lump sum, no matter what. What? So you'll have to pay me $100,000 in one lump sum. Oh, if you only hadn't kicked me out or tried to evade your debts, then I would have waited for you guys to pay in installments as promised. Wait a minute! I didn't hear anything about that. Even if you didn't hear it, Mary, Edward's signature is on it. Then I'll leave as you said. So, Mary, get ready for the lump sum payment.
I'm so sorry, sis. I've retrieved all your stuff. I've put it all back in the house neatly. So please, don't tell me we'll have to pay you back in one lump sum. I have no intention of kicking you out or running away from my debt at all.
Even if you don't, Mary seems to be different. She called me a parasite, and kicked me out. I can't live with someone like that anymore.
Don't say that. Let's continue to live together at this home. Mary wants to apologize to you too. She just took it out on you. Mary wanted to buy a high brand bag too, so she got jealous and kicked you out.
I've covered for her $100,000 and yet she took it out? Do you think such a childish excuse will let this matter go away?
I told you that I'm sorry, and so is Mary. Our parents are furious over what happened, and it's not good. If you don't come back, they're going to cut us off. They'll kick us out for disrupting the family harmony.
I can't believe you guys offended those parents who are as kind as Jesus. But maybe that's good for you guys. Maybe this will be a good opportunity for you to get rid of your bad spending habits.
What?
If you can depend on anyone, it will naturally improve. Oh, but can you guys rent a house? You'd have to sell your car to pay me back. And you'll have to sell everything you own. Maybe you'll be homeless after you leave this house.
What are you laughing at? It's not a maybe, it's a definite. So do me a favor, sis. Come back to the house and let's all live together again. I'll really pay my debt of $100,000 too, so please change it back to installments.
Why do you think I prepared a pledge for you? I'll have you pay it in one lump sum no matter what. Well then, I go look for a place to live. Oh, do we really have to pay back $100,000? Huh? You have to pay back what you owe. That's common sense, right? Yes, but I'm not quite convinced. Edward showed me the written pledge and I listened to what he had to say. But I still think it's strange. Well, what is strange about it? The fact that you have $100,000. How can you cover such a large sum of money on your own, Serena? Even if you live at your parents' house, it's bizarre that you have such a fortune. Is it? I don't have any grades, so I'm able to save money. But still, $100,000 is crazy. Just because we have no idea how much money we owe? Aren't you raising the amount of money on purpose? What? It should be about $50,000 that we borrowed from your parents. But you're saying that the total is $100,000. And you make it sound like you've done us a favor, covering for our debt. You actually intend to rob us, don't you? You're still thinking like a madman. There's no way I would do such a trick. Otherwise, there's no explanation. You're just a high school graduate living at your parents' home. There's no way someone like that could afford $100,000. I own a company. What? It's small, but it has some sales. So I can afford to take on $100,000 on my own. Really? You're kidding, right? I had no idea you were running a company. That's because I didn't tell you. If I told my brother and his wife, who spends money like crazy, I was sure they'd treat me like a convenient ATM. I can't deny that. I'm thinking of living in a luxury tower apartment. It sounds like a good place for a business owner. A tower apartment? No way! I didn't know you had that much money. If I had known you were a company president, I wouldn't have kicked you out. Look, I'm really sorry from the bottom of my heart. I'll get down on my knees or whatever. So let's mend our relationship. Why don't we go on a shopping date? No way, you idiot. I don't even want to see your face anymore. No! If you'll get down on your knees or whatever, just pay me first, okay? With the help of my parents, all of my brother and his wife's belongings were sold off, and they used it to pay me back. But it still wasn't enough to pay me back in full. They were so desperate that they asked all their friends to lend them money, but no one was willing to help them out. In the end, they moved into a cheap apartment. They also repaid my debt with the help of a consumer finance company. I heard that the interest rate was quite high, They are working hard to repay the debt. By the way, I moved into a tower apartment. My parents who came to visit me said, I wonder if we should sell our house and move here too. The two of them, I'm sure they'll come begging for us to share the house with them again. They were proceeding with the bidding process for the room next door.
Hey Fiona, your New Year's gift arrived.
Oh, Sue, hello. It arrived today, didn't it? I hope you all enjoy the chocolates. Happy New Year, by the way.
Yeah. Of course, I appreciate it. And I'll gladly eat them, but why did you only send one box?
What?
You only sent one, right? You know, me, my mom, and my husband all live here, right? Isn't it rude to not send at least 2 or 3 boxes?
I'm sorry. I thought it would be enough for all of you.
You really lack common sense, don't you? I don't mind if it's late, so I'm waiting for a couple more, okay? Oh, and send some beer as well. We just bought some nice meat, and I want a drink while eating it.
I understand. I'll send it all soon.
You owe us that much since we're looking after Mom. Although I think you're kind of taking that for granted. You could show some more gratitude, you know? You don't want me to send her to live with you and your husband, do you? So you should be a little more thankful to us, don't you think?
Yes, I'm sorry I didn't send enough for you all.
If you understand, it's fine. Just show a little more gratitude to us. We moved all the way to this small town to look after her, after all. We really wanted to keep living in our apartment, you know?
Oh, really? I heard moving in with her was your idea.
That's just my mom's pride. She knew you guys would never move in to help her out, even if she asked. Don't you think that's why she never told you what she really felt? Didn't I tell you she often called me to say she's lonely?
Oh yeah, that might be true.
Yeah, Mom's getting older too. She must have been worried about living alone. Her legs are getting weaker too.
If there's anything we can do to help, please let us know. If there's any way we can help her, we would be more than happy to.
Oh. Well, in that case, we were actually thinking about getting her a new bed. Could you help out with that a little?
Yeah, of course.
I want to buy a really nice electric bed. It costs about $1,000. So we should split it and pay $500 each?
Okay, got it. I'll talk to my husband.
Thank you. $1,000 was a little expensive, so I wasn't sure if we could afford it.
No, don't worry. Let us do that much, at least.
Well then, I'll send you my bank info soon. Can you send the money before the next week?
Okay, got it.
And if anything else comes up, I'll contact you. So I'll be counting on you then too.
Fiona, hello. I'm so sorry to bother you at work.
Oh, it's been a while. Is something wrong?
There's actually something I want your advice on. I'd really appreciate it if you could spare some time soon.
I have some time now.
Really? Aren't you at work?
Yeah, but it's fine. Don't worry. I'm working from home today, so I can take a break whenever I want. Oh, would you rather talk on the phone?
Do you mind if we keep talking through text? Someone might hear us if we talk on the phone.
Huh? Someone might hear you? Where are you now?
I'm at home. What I wanted to talk to you about was my daughter.
Oh, I see. That's why you can't talk on the phone.
Yes. I feel really bad to bother you about this, but I really can't take this anymore.
What can't you take?
Living with my daughter and her husband. I've been pretending it's all fine until now, but I'm at my limit. The truth is, I'm thinking about leaving this house.
What on earth happened?
It's only been half a year since I started living with them, but they took over my bank account as soon as they moved in. The account my pension goes into, I mean.
Huh?
I had some savings in there too. It seems like they've taken it all.
Is that true? The truth is, a few months ago, Sue talked to me about living with you. She said you wanted them to live with you.
I never said that. I was happy living alone, and I was thinking of moving into an elderly home soon. But then my daughter said she really wants to move in and help me out. I tried to tell her it's fine, but she kept saying she's worried about me living alone. She twisted my arm into letting her and her husband stay here.
Oh, I see. That's how it is.
And her husband Ben has quit 2 jobs in the last 6 months. I heard she's never held down a job for very long, but I think they were having money troubles, so they moved in with me.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea this was going on.
Well, I never told you or your husband about any of this. Of course you would know. And it's not like we live near each other. And besides, it's a little embarrassing for me to have a problem like this. I thought I should do something about this myself.
And actually, we've sent money to her quite a few times already, too. She always had some reason why she needed the money for your sake.
Huh?
Like to buy an electric bed for you, or to take you on holiday.
I never got any electric bed, and she's never taking me anywhere either. They've been telling me to spend as little as possible too, so I've barely spent any money at all these days.
Really? But they told me they took you to a spa hotel.
Well, the 2 of them went somewhere recently.
So I guess everything she said was a lie.
I'm so sorry for all the trouble my daughter's caused you. I never would have thought she was going as far as taking money from you two.
By the way, didn't you just say you want to leave that house? If you want to, how about staying at our house for a while?
Huh? Is that really okay? I was actually planning on moving. I'd be grateful if you could just act as a guarantor for me to move into an elderly home.
But isn't the procedure to enter an elderly care home going to take some time? And you haven't even found a care home yet, right?
Yeah, that's true, but
I don't want you to have to stay there until all of that's done. After hearing all of this, I can't let it go on any longer.
thank you. I really can't thank you enough.
No, please. Let me do this much for you at least. I'll fill my husband in as soon as he gets home.
About that, if you tell my son, he's definitely going to want to call his sister. But I would really like to leave this house first, so could you please tell him not to do anything? I thought about contacting him, but I know he can be a little hot-headed, which is why I decided to contact you first.
That's true. Knowing him, he'll want to give her a piece of his mind as soon as he hears about what's going on. I understand. Leave him to me. I'll make arrangements for you to leave that house as soon as possible.
Fiona, you've really done it now. Did you help Mom leave this house?
I know how you've been stealing your mom's money. Of course I'm going to help her escape.
Well, not like I care. It's not like she has any more money anyway. It was pretty tough for the 3 of us to live off her pension too. It might be a pain to do the housework ourselves now, but whatever.
Don't you feel the least bit guilty? You stole your own mother's savings and pension?
We did her a favor by living with her. Of course we're gonna take over and handle her money for her too.
Isn't she the one who did you two a favor by letting you live with her? If anything, you should have been paying her rent. But you used her money for bills, groceries, and everything else, didn't you?
Hey, you should thank us for keeping a company to an old crone like her.
How could you say such a thing? She's your own mother, isn't she? I really can't believe it. Also, all the money we sent, you used it for yourselves, didn't you? I heard you never bought a bed or anything.
It's fine, isn't it? Even if you ask for it back now, you're not getting a penny from us.
I never asked for it back. In exchange for that, I'd like to ask you to stay away from our family from now on.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Did you think I was gonna go try and get Mom back?
I don't know about that, but anyway, whatever trouble the 2 of you get yourselves into, we're not gonna save you.
Oh, I think we'll be fine. Anyway, don't worry about giving that old crone back. When we run out of money, we're planning on selling this house anyway. On the other hand, we're pretty grateful you've taken her off our hands.
Is that so? In that case, I have nothing left to say to you.
I guess we're done here then. Well, I guess we'll just go on as we were. Tell my mom and brother not to come back to this house. Don't think of us as family anymore. Fiona, what's the meaning of this?
Sue, what's up? Didn't you say not to contact you anymore?
I never said anything like that. Why are construction workers coming to the house? They said they're knocking it down.
Oh, that's what this is about. so it's going as scheduled. What's the problem?
What? The house is being demolished? While we're living here?
Yes, so please leave as soon as you can, because right now you're trespassing.
What?
That house belongs to your mother. It's completely up to her what to do with her property. Right now, you're basically just squatting there.
But I'm the landlord of this house. My mom's name isn't on the residence certificate anymore, right?
The residence certificate has nothing to do with the ownership of the house, you know?
How would I know that?
Yeah, I thought so. I heard that even after you took over her bank account, you didn't do anything with the property deed. So I thought that might have been the case. I should really be thanking you guys for being so oblivious.
Huh? So what's gonna happen to us now?
Good question. I think it's just your mom's old room being destroyed today, so you should be able to sleep in your room tonight. You'd probably be better off leaving as soon as possible, though, since the room the two of you are using is getting destroyed soon, too.
That's not what I was asking. I'm asking where we're supposed to live now.
Well, how am I supposed to know that? Find somewhere yourselves.
Huh? You're the ones who kicked us out of here. So do something.
Well, even if you say that, I'm pretty sure you said we're not family anymore. Aren't you guys the ones in the wrong? Just staying in a house which doesn't belong to you? As long as you leave our house, we don't really care what you do after that.
You're the worst. How could you be so cruel?
From a long time ago, you guys have been the cruel ones. Stealing your own mother's money? And going as far as trying to steal her house too? I don't know how you could do such a thing.
Mom's the one in the wrong.
Huh?
After my husband quit his job, we were struggling for money. But she never sent us any money.
Didn't she actually used to send you money? But you never paid anything back. So she eventually stopped, right? That's what I heard.
Well, that's not our fault. My husband's had bad luck with jobs. All his companies have been awful in underpaying him. And every time he'd leave his job, of course we'd be struggling.
So shouldn't you have started working too? Why should you just keep getting money without lifting a finger yourself? It's not like your mom is an endless pit of money or something.
I have every intention of earning money from now on. I was planning on investing the money from selling the house. But now, you've gone and demolished it.
Invest. Do you even know anything about investing?
I was gonna study.
Oh, I see. Well, for now, go get a job. And start earning enough money for the two of you to support yourselves, at the very least. And then after you've saved enough money, you can try your hand at investing.
We were gonna earn enough to support ourselves by investing the money from the house. So give it back. Even if I cut ties with you, can't you at least give me this old house?
What kind of logic is that? There's really no point even trying to talk to you. Is there? I'm very sorry, but I can't help you. If you don't want to end up on the streets, hurry up and find somewhere to rent. Since the house will be rubble by the end of the week. Do you understand?
Ugh! I can't get in touch with Mom or brother either. I want to apologize, so can you just talk to them for me?
I don't think that will be possible.
Who made you their representative anyway? Let me talk to my own family.
Didn't you say not to think of you as family anymore? And besides, you should be grateful I'm even acting as a representative at all. Oh, and by the way, your mom has a new bank account, and her pension is going there now. So no more money's going into the account you stole from her.
Huh? Wait a minute. So what are we supposed to live on now? We've already used all the savings. Don't do this.
That pension was never for you in the first place. What made you think you could just live off of it? You should just be grateful nobody's going after what you've stolen up until now.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault, I know. I want to apologize to Mom. Help me. Fiona, please.
I already told you. That won't be possible. Oh, but your mom and brother did ask me to pass along a message for you. They said they never want to see you again. Since you said they aren't family anymore. That's all. It's what you wanted, right? I gave them a week to leave the house. It was all my husband's idea. He said they would never change or regret their actions unless they were forced to. So he had a friend of his pose as a demolition company and pretend to knock down the house. To be honest, I really couldn't forgive them for using all of my mother-in-law's savings and pension money. But she laughed when I said that and called it a small price to pay.
She actually kept all her inheritance money from her own father-in-law in a separate bank account, and they never got their hands on that one. They took the bank card, but they obviously couldn't get to the money with just that, since they don't know the PIN number or anything. I wonder how many times they tried to guess it. But still, we were all pretty relieved to find they left that card behind when they ran away from the house. We got a lot of calls from them after that, but of course, we just ignored them every time. But it's been a while since then, and the phone calls eventually stopped. I tried getting in touch with Sue, but there was no response. I just got a message saying the phone is not in service any longer. I bet she couldn't pay the phone bill either. But whatever happened to her or her husband has nothing to do with us anymore. Even if she was drowning in front of us, I don't think I'd help her. After my mother-in-law moved in with us, we started looking for an elderly care home for her. And on top of that, we've been really busy with selling her old house. Living together sounded a little daunting at first, but it was only for a fixed time period from the start. And my mother-in-law was so nice. It was actually really fun living with her. She'll be moving to the care home from next month, so I want us to make a lot of memories together while she's still here. And I know we'll stay in touch and to keep having a good relationship in the future too.
If it had been someone else, I would have probably forgiven you. That is how much I thought I loved you.
What do you mean?
Don't ask me what I mean, damn it. I saw the pictures that you and my sister have been exchanging for the past few months.
There's no such thing. Emma is lying to you. I have not had any relations with her. Why would I do that? You are my husband, and there's no way that I would have to do that to you. We have a family together.
Now you are remembering that you are a wife and a mother?
Jesse, calm the hell down. I'm just super close with Emma. I did send her those pictures of me because I wanted a second opinion.
Second opinion of what? Whether she could worship your body? I saw everything. And I have been seeing the way you look at each other. You are not as subtle as you think you are.
If you had bothered asking, you would have known that I suspected that I had a lump that could be breast cancer. That is why I sent those pics. What are you going to do now?
First of all, your dinner with the investors is cancelled this weekend. I have to think about how I am going to handle this, but you are not going to host your business partners in my house.
But I need those clients. My business is only just starting out. There's no way I can cancel yet again. I will have that dinner whether you want me or not.
Or I can just let your client know that it is cancelled because you cheated on your husband with his sister. Damn, it could have been anyone else. Or you could have told me that you were not feeling this relationship at all and I would have let you go. You don't understand what you have done to me. Please don't come home tonight. Looking at you makes me sick.
Sick because I slept with a woman? I didn't know that you were homophobic. Now, how do you think I was supposed to tell you anything when you would clearly not support me? You are so in your head that your sister did not feel comfortable telling you about her sexuality.
I love my sister and I would have accepted her either way, but all of this is sick right now. You slept with my mother's child. Make it sense, Nesta. How long has this been going on right under my nose? What are people going to say?
We did not want to hurt you, but now that you know, I guess there's no use in pretending. But we can move on. She's just your sister. It doesn't count.
How long?
2 years.
2 years? 2 freaking years, Nesta? Who are you? Because I don't recognize you right now. You need to kick my sister out of the house right now.
Why? Did you have a fight or something? Whatever it is, I'm sure that you two can sort it out. You are 28 and she is 24. You are not teenagers anymore. By the way, you have been promising me that you would bring your whole family over for a barbecue for weeks now.
That is not happening anymore because I found out that your precious daughter, Emma, is screwing my wife. Language. You care about language right now, Mom? My whole world has fallen apart, Mom, and there's no one I can talk to this besides you. You are the one who knows Emma, Mom. Did you know anything about this?
This is a sensitive topic, my dear. I'm really sorry that you're going through this. How about you pop by my house when you come back from work And then we can all talk as a family so you can hear each other's side.
Fine, but she needs to leave, Mom. Not only has she not done anything serious with her life, but she has also now resorted to breaking my marriage. I don't know what I did to her. I really don't know.
Calm down. We will talk later.
I did not want to believe that you could go after the one person that I love. I just did not. I waited for days for one of you to come to me and tell me it was a prank or something. You know that I hate sick jokes, but if what you two did to me was a prank, I would have not been mad. And then I came over after work so that I could hear your side of the story, even though all my instincts were telling me to cut the two of you off and not even think twice.
Jessie, you lost your temper and called me disgusting, saying that I'm not your sister. I think that was a very selfish way to deal with that. I wanted to tell you and I was going to eventually. Also, it is very creepy that you went to your wife's phone. You do not do that to the woman that you love, and she deserves a whole lot more than you're giving her.
Why did she not tell me that you like woman?
No, I didn't think that you would accept me the way that I am. And it was difficult to say anything. You know that we live in such a conservative town.
You know damn well that I would be the last person to judge someone based on what they like, who they like. But I will have to go against so much today. I've decided what I want for my life.
What do you mean?
I need you to leave town.
What? You're hiding me away like a dirty little secret? What about what Nessa wants?
Nesta and I will deal with each other, but knowing you are so near and that Mom refuses to put you out until you live on your own, it's killing me. Do this one thing for me and I might forgive you. I feel it will be a step forward.
So you are punishing me for who I am and for loving who I love? I will not leave. Why does she not leave? Is it about your reputation?
No, if I and her are going to split, we will find a way to do this. But this cannot come out. It will destroy our whole family. I'm thinking about mine and Nesta's son right now. Unless you forgot that there's a child involved.
You liar! You are just homophobic. That is why you want to sweep this under the rug.
Think about it, please.
I wanted to let you know that I'm leaving town with Emma. We're going to become an official couple.
Okay, good luck.
You did not have to speak to her like that as if she's the cause of it. I knew what I was doing and I want to be with her.
I wanted to ask something. I want a quiet separation. I cannot deal with the people in this town right now and the way they're going to be so judgmental. You're leaving and you will not have to deal with this mess, but I have to. We have a son who will want answers.
You are gaslighting me right now. You know what? I'm going to tell everyone that you are a homophobe. Do you think that this whole thing is not difficult for us at all? We are also feeling shitty about it. But love is love and you cannot control who you fall for.
But you two cannot be together. I'm trying to accept it, but it is wrong on so many levels. That is my sister. You and I have a family and I would not want to keep you tied to me just for selfish reason at all. But this is all a shock to me. I know that you will probably not care about this, but I have been a mess. I've not been able to eat or work. Every time I imagine you and my sister and I get sick. What am I going to tell my son? What am I going to tell people when they notice that you are not here? Did we build a good life for ourselves for over 6 years and all this suddenly gone?
But you kicked me out and you decided that we were done. I lost clients because of you and now my business is in trouble just because you thought that everything was about you. Do you think that I wanted to fall in love with my husband's sister? I did not, but you are the one who decided how things were going to go. On top of that, you are trying to make your sister uproot her whole life, all in the hopes that once she's gone, you and I can start over.
Why did you say yes when I said I wanted to marry you?
I thought I loved you.
When did you realize you did not?
When I met her, I started to have doubts. Emma and I made a mistake 2 years ago and have kept it going since then. We never wanted you to find out. I don't love you. I feel trapped in being your wife and the mother of your child. When I'm gone, please throw away every reminder of me. I permit you to tell our son that I am no more.
You can abandon me, but Jordan is your son.
I need to be true to myself right now. I've struggled with this for a very long time. You finding out was the push that I needed to finally live up to my true self. Jordan is your son now and not mine. He's a reminder of the life that I don't want. I was not born to be a mother or wife.
Whoa. I'm not going to tell my son all this. You can come and tell him that you are leaving and not coming back, since you are the one who is in the mood for breaking hearts these days.
No, you are his dad. You do it.
Mom, she's leaving me and leaving town with Emma.
I know.
She's leaving Jordan and wants me to tell him that she passed away when he starts asking questions.
Jesse, I think that is better. The only other alternative is to tell him that his aunt and his mom are together now. He will forget her with time.
And when people start asking,
tell them the truth. You have to let go of this right now, Jordan. You are blaming those two women for everything, but don't want to take accountability for yourself. I support their relationship and I need you to do the same.
No, Mom, she's abandoning her son.
So you want to act like you are better than her. I raised you to be respectful and understanding man, but you're showing signs of entitlement right now. Accept that they want to be happy outside of this town. If the truth comes out about who they are while they live here, they will face so much backlash. Nor can they stay here and hide for long. You're making life difficult for them.
Mom, I swear I'm not trying to hurt them. I'm just asking you to get her to maintain a relationship with her son. She can live, but she cannot just leave her son.
You are forcing her to take the role of being your wife. Understand that she's in love with Emma. Have you not noticed how your sister has been glowing the past year? She makes your sister happy and I'm in support of them. I know you are hurt, but if you love both of them, you will not make life harder for both of them.
You?
I am sorry.
I no longer have a mother. We're done.
If you truly cannot support her, then we're done.
Hi, Emma.
I know things ended sourly between us.
You think? What do you want?
I need some cash. She's sick.
Nesta?
Yes.
I cannot. Did she not get enough in the settlement? Besides that, I've not been working for the past month. No one wants to work with me thanks to you too. I might have to sell my house and move elsewhere.
Please, bro, I have no one else to ask.
Ask Mom! What did you finish the settlement money on, now that you're begging me?
We invested and lost the money.
I am broke, same as you.
She is the mother of your child.
What is she sick with?
We're not sure.
Careful that she doesn't cheat on you too.
If you don't give me the money, then I will go to court to sue you for child maintenance.
You don't even stay with the child.
I know that you're not working at the moment, so how are you fit to take care of my child?
So today he's your child because it's your chance to earn some money?
You are an evil man and you know that. You are separating me from my son just because you don't want to help me with money. Do 6 years of marriage mean nothing to you?
Leave me alone, crazy lady.
You turned my life upside down and I am trying to fix it. I could make it worth your while.
What do you mean?
Give me the money I need and we can relive some old memories. Emma is going out of town next week. We could have some fun.
Are you trying to hit on me so that I give you money? Wow, you don't even love my sister after all.
I do, but she's not making any money to take care of me. She promised me so much, but my life was better with you.
You are embarrassing yourself. Please stop. I know that you're not my favorite person in the world right now, but blood is thicker than water. Your girlfriend tried to get me to give her money. She offered me a favor in exchange for money. Here are the screenshot.
On my way. Now it makes sense what people have been telling me.
What do you mean?
There have been rumors that she's cheating on me and she contracted a disease.
I'm sorry, sis. You should get tested.
My test results are negative, but I confronted her. She's in its 6 with an STD. I got the money for her to get treated, but once she gets better, she will be out of my house.
I'm so sorry, dear.
No, I deserve this for what I did. You are allowed to say I told you so.
I did tell you so. Look, please don't involve me in more of the drama with her. I'm just trying to have a peaceful life.
Jesse, I'm sorry, and one day I hope you forgive me. You are a very good man for warning your sister.
Nope, not again. Leave me alone, Mom.
But I am your mother.
You called me homophobic, gave my sister permission to skip town with my wife, and now I am your son? Nope.
I am going to sue you for telling people that I am sick.
You are welcome to try.
And I will take custody of my son back.
I no longer have a relationship with my mother and my sister. Most people think that I am holding a grudge over nothing, but they don't know what happened when people found out. My manager gave me written warnings, or the simplest things, and soon I was out of a job. I had to eventually sell my house and settle for a lower paying job elsewhere because of them. And then Nesta tried to get my child from me, but her appeal was not successful. My son does not know his mother is still alive, and I will make sure to keep him away from her for the rest of his life.